Hello friends, it's Cassie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel for another video. Today we are going to be playing with the 3D Vignettes Twin Lens Camera by Spellbinders. And earlier today I had posted the retro TV, so this is going to be fairly similar, at least when we talk about it. I do want to share with you that if you do decide to get this, go to the website, and on the 3D Vignette Twin Lens Camera, if you go down to the bottom, there's going to be a little link down below. Click that and it'll give you the PDF instructions. I would highly recommend printing these out, and it'll give you all the information on how many pieces to die cut from each thing, and it's just a really great thing. I'm glad that they have it. So let's jump into making it. If you watched the TV earlier, some of these things are going to be fairly similar. Like these pieces, these are going to be similar, and you are going to die cut 6 of these, and 2 of them you're going to either tear apart at the perforation, or as I'm going to do, I'm going to cut them apart. And then we need these 4 for the top portion of our little box, and then the other 4 will be at the bottom. And I'm just going to go ahead and fold those in half. They're going to look like a little V when you're done with them. And then you have 4 of these pieces, and these are the pieces that you will put these into, if that makes sense. So I'm going to do the top one first. That means I'm going to take all 4 of these little single pieces and stick those in on one side, and then I'll take one more of those side panels, which, as you can see, I have folded the edges to get those ready to attach to our front and back of our camera. And then I'll take another one of those and put that on the other side. And then once those are all, ready to go, we can start assembling the front and back of the camera. And so I've chosen these colors. Obviously, you can pick any colors that you want. Just have fun with this. And I used black for the base of my camera. And now the die cut itself will put an embossed edge on there. And I think because I use such a dark color, I had a hard time finding the embossed edge. That embossed edge is going to tell you where exactly to glue down these pieces. You'll put it kind of in those little notches. And so I took the die cut itself, placed my piece right in there, and so I could line up where that embossed edge is supposed to be. That will just help you in placement for your little inside pieces, if that makes any sense. It will when we get going, but so I'll attach the other side down. So this is all attached to our back side or your front side, whatever it is. And again, because I'm having a hard time seeing exactly where the embossed edge is, I'm going to bring the die cut back in again. But here we're going to attach down those pieces that we did not cut apart, and you want them all going the same way, so that way when they are attached, they look like little V's on the inside. They are going to hold your pieces, if that makes sense. So you want it to look like a V so that it's like a little pocket for when you put either your picture or your piece, that can slide in and out for your message, whatever it is you're going to put on those. And again, that'll make sense as we get going towards the end. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this one down, and this is our bottom. And that does make a difference. You do want to make sure that you have your bottom and your top. Those pieces are going to fit in there. They're going to slide in between, and then they're going to sit nicely in that little pocket, if that makes any sense. I know I keep saying that, but I am definitely a visual person, which is why I enjoy videos like this. If I want to put something together, normally I'd look at a die like that and be like, oh my goodness, nope, I don't even know what's happening there. But once you watch a video or you see something like the PDF, it definitely helps. And so that's why I'm saying just stick with me and bookmark this, so that way you can, if you do get the die, you can come back to it as many times as you need to make your little twin lens camera. All right, so I've attached the front and the back. We've got them both there. We're going to let our liquid glue dry. I choose liquid glue because I feel like that is it doesn't fail on me. Sometimes double-sided adhesive doesn't always stick the way that it should. And you'll notice I have like a little tidy tray, and there's a bunch of stuff in there. That's where all the pieces are, and it looks like a jumbly mess, but it all comes together very easily, very nicely. But this little like bluish piece that you see on the back there, that has all these great embossed edges in there, so it makes putting the camera together so super easy. I use some silver cardstock, I use some white, some black, and then that really pretty like gray blue. Or maybe it's like a green gray blue, I'm not sure, but in real life it's so pretty. So I'm getting both of my twin lenses done, And then you'll notice I put some glue there. You may not be able to see it on screen, but there are embossed spots for everything. So like I said, it makes it so super easy to put this little camera together. Actually, more so than the television, the little retro TV, which I super enjoy as well. But I think this camera might actually be my favorite. I feel like I could make a bunch of these as little gifts for people, give it to any one of your friends that might have gone on a trip, and just be like, hey, save a few of your pictures to be able to put on the inside of here as a little memory. How fun would that be? And so I'm just grabbing all the little pieces for our camera, and then we're just sticking them inside those embossed edges. And it all comes together just so sweetly. And then we have these pieces, so we're going to go ahead and put this down like this is our lens. And in any one of these areas, you could use some foam squares or foam tape if you wanted to. I decide, since this is something that will be a little bit bulky in the envelope anyway, to keep everything fairly flat since it is going to open up. I didn't want to add any more bulk than I needed to, or just might make it a little bit more difficult to mail. And then we'll put our twin lenses inside those pieces. And then you'll notice I have this like whole bunch of not extra, but there are all these pieces up there. What I noticed about this die that cuts these other little pieces that are like tabs is that it is one die for all of the pieces. So I cut them out of black and silver. And I'm putting those together, combining the two. And then I have all the extra pieces that are the opposite, if that makes sense. So I've got all these silver ones that I'm going to use on this card, and I'm lining those with their little black pieces. But I also have all the opposite, which are the black over there, and then they'll have the little silver lining. I'm going to put those together. I decided, rather than throwing those away, how great would it be to just go ahead and put them together, and I can save it for the next twin lens camera that I make. It'll just be opposite, though. Instead of silver and black like this, it'll be the silver and black, the opposite. So I just think, oh, so much fun. And these little tabs are going to go on each of your slide outs that you can put a picture on or a message or whatnot. And yeah, so there's a top portion, and as you can see, I'm using my pickup stick for that. This liquid glue has a very super fine tip on it. This is that Barely Art glue. It works perfectly for these. And so as you can see, like I said, I'm making the other ones as well. So these ones are black with silver on them. The ones I'm using for this camera are silver with black on them. And I'll just stick this with my die cut. So that way when I go ahead and decide to make another camera, I already have these pieces ready to go. Super easy and super fun. And as you can see, we're getting close to having all the pieces completely done. And this is where Max decides to pop in. This is why I had to keep this in here. He wants to participate. He loves the little things. You can totally tell he is my cat. He is a paper cat. He loves paper, loves to chew on paper, loves to get his little paws on the paper, loves to just mess around with the paper. He is definitely my kitty. Miles will come and take a look at it, and unless it has like a sticky back, he doesn't care. He will come and just sit on the desk, as you've seen him do before. But Max, if he's going to be here, he wants to participate. So, and he's definitely having a hard time controlling himself. So I'll just love on him and kiss him, and that doesn't seem to distract him at all. All right, so we're almost done, almost ready to really start the assembly to make this look like a little twin lens camera. I have cut out 4 of these flowers, and this is from some of the Christmas paper that came out just recently from Spellbinders. I'll have it linked down below as well. These are some of the scraps from a box I had made. And I do front and back because I wanted them to be even a little bit more sturdy. This paper is a very good layering paper. And so I wanted these to be nice and sturdy. So I am putting all 4 of those together, staggering the 2 that I've put together. And I'll curl up the little flower, and then I'll attach this piece to this piece, and then now we can actually start assembling this to the front of our camera. Just making sure that I have it going the right way, and then now I can grab my glue and we can start attaching all the pieces down. And this will go right at the bottom. There'll be a nice black border all around it. Again with the liquid glue. And then this piece will go at the top. And then we're going to take the flower, even though Max is going to try and steal all the pieces. He cannot help himself. It doesn't matter. Even if I kiss his little paw, he's like, no, no, I must play. We'll attach down our flower. And then we're going to stick our leaves around the sides. I just think the flower is such a cute touch. I'm glad that the die set comes with one. And then we have those last few tabs. We're going to take the bigger tab, or one of the tabs, and we're going to stick it on the side. Again, all of this information is on that PDF that you'll find on the Twin Lens camera page where you would go to buy it. It's at the very bottom. You might even miss it if you aren't paying attention to it, but it is there, and I highly recommend that you get it and print it out. And then just keep it with your die. He almost got one. All right, attaching this one. So these are the two bigger ones. These will attach sort of behind the blue panel. Thankfully that it wasn't glued completely down. And then these last four pieces will attach to the top of our little tabs. And now you do have a couple of different die cut sentiments in this set. I chose not to use any of the sentiments on this because I wasn't quite sure who the recipient was going to be, and so I wanted to leave this just as it was. But I love this little addition of these tabs on the top. This is what I was talking about, where you could add a little picture to it, or, you know, maybe add 3 pictures and one of them could just be your whole message, or it could be about your trip that maybe you've taken. I just think it's super fun. And then this one last tab is going to go over here. And then these 4 pieces can go inside and they will sit inside that little pocket. Now Max is starting to lose interest because there's no more little pieces for him to pick at. And then take a look at that. There it is. It sits up by itself. I've decided to bring in a little gem. Now the gem I picked out was kind of stuck together, so I'm just going to use my pick-up stick to break them apart. That is easily done, or a pin, the pin top from my glue. And sometimes you'll find that that happens with some of those gems. They just kind of stick together. Put the gem in there. This gem matches perfectly with our background color, and there you have it. Check it out. It goes fairly flat, so it is mailable. I would recommend probably using a padded envelope if you do want to send this in the mail, just to ensure that it gets through the mail okay. But it will fit inside of a 5x7 envelope. Check that out. How pretty is that? And then again, it pops open and it can sit up on a desk or out for display. I love things like this. I love things like this. And there you have it. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. Head on back to my channel if you want to see the retro television be put together. If you like this video, like and subscribe. And as always, I will see you very soon in another video. Bye, everybody.